Hello, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to create a glass cup breaking effect in Blender. Press Shift A and add a cylinder. Bring the cylinder up 1 meter on the Z axis. Switch to edit mode, select the top face, and bring it up a little bit. Press X and delete the top face. Select the bottom face and hit the S key to scale down slightly. Press Ctrl B, scroll up the mouse wheel, and bevel the edge. Press Ctrl R to add loop cuts. Select the bottom face and delete it. Select the edge loop, press E, and then the S key to scale down. Press M key and merge the vertices at the center. Go to the Modifier tab and apply a Solidify modifier to add thickness. Set the thickness value to 0.1. Switch the Complex mode and select the Flat boundary. Switch to the Object mode and apply the Solidify modifier. Back to Edit mode and select the bottom inner face. Press Ctrl Numpad Plus to expand the selection. Switch to the side view and X-ray mode. Bring the selection up slightly. Press Ctrl R to add a loop cut on the top face. Press G and Z to bring the edge up slightly. Then, press Ctrl B to bevel the edge. Back to the Object mode and apply a Subdivision Surface modifier. Right-click and shade smooth the model. Alright, let's break the glass using the Cell Fracture add-on. To install it, go to Edit menu, Preferences, Get Extensions, search for Cell Fracture, and install it. With the glass selected, go to the Object menu, Quick Effects, and choose Cell Fracture. A settings window will appear. I'll leave the settings as they are. Just create a new collection named Pieces, then click OK. As you can see, the glass breaks into pieces. You can find these pieces in the outliner under the Pieces collection. To hide them in the viewport, click the eye icon. Select the glass and bring it up on the Z axis. Go to the Physics tab and apply a rigid body. Add a plane, apply rigid body physics, and switch the rigid body type to passive. Now, when you play the simulation, the glass falls down and collides with the plane. To hit the glass harder to the surface, go to the Scene Properties tab, open the Rigid Body panel under the Field Weights, and set the gravity force to 2. Unhide the glass pieces in the outliner. Now, let's simulate the glass pieces scattering using rigid body physics. Before applying the rigid body, select all pieces, switch the transform pivot point to individual origins, and press S to scale them down slightly. Small gaps between the pieces help make the simulation more stable. Switch the transform pivot point back to the median point. Select any piece, go to the Physics tab, and apply an active rigid body. The piece should stay in place until the glass hits the surface. To do that, we'll animate the dynamic option. Disable the dynamic option and go to the frame where the glass hits the surface for the first time. Click the small dot next to dynamic and insert a keyframe. Then go to the next keyframe, enable the dynamic option, and insert another keyframe. Now, let's apply the same animation data to the other pieces. Switch to wireframe mode, hold Shift, and select the other pieces. The piece with the rigid body applied should be the active selection with a yellow outline. Press Ctrl L and link animation data. Go to the Object menu, select Rigid Body, and choose Copy from Active. This will ensure all glass pieces have the same rigid body settings. Select the glass and make it a passive rigid body for now. Switch to Object Mode and play the simulation. As you can see, the glass pieces collapse to the ground. I want them to scatter on the surface. Select any glass piece, open up the sensitivity panel, enable the collision margin, and set the margin value to 0.025. Open up the surface response panel and set the friction value to 0.4. In the same way, copy the new settings from active to other pieces. Select the plane, set the friction value to 0.4, and play the simulation. Alright, the glass pieces should remain invisible until the frame where the glass hits the surface. Select any glass piece and go to the Object Properties tab. Open the Visibility panel. Uncheck the Viewport and Render options to hide the glass piece in both the viewport and the final render. Go to the frame where the glass first hits the surface. Click the small dot next to Viewport and Render to insert a keyframe. Go to the next frame, enable the Viewport and Render options, and insert another keyframe. Select the glass and switch the rigid body type to active again. If needed, add a new active rigid body. Let's play the simulation. As you can see, the glass collides with the pieces. To fix this, open the Collection panel and move the glass to another collection. When you play the simulation again, you'll see the glass won't collide with the pieces and surface. To make the glass invisible after colliding with the surface, insert keyframes in the viewport and render visibility. Alright, let's render the simulation. Press the Z key to switch to Render Preview mode. Go to the Render Properties tab and make sure Cycles is selected. Cycles provides a more realistic glass render. Set the max sample value to 64 for both the viewport and final render. Next, go to the World Properties tab and add an environment texture for better lighting. Now, switch the timeline to the shader editor. Select the glass object and create a new material. Delete the principled BSDF shader and add a glass BSDF shader instead. Connect it to the material output. We also need to apply the glass material to the broken pieces. Select any piece and choose the glass material from the list. To assign it to all pieces, hold Shift, select the others, press Ctrl L, and choose Link Materials. That's it. Add a camera. Press Ctrl Alt Numpad 0 to align the camera to the view. Go to the Output Properties tab. Select any folder you want to save the animation. Switch the file type to MPEG and the container type to MPEG-4. Go to the render menu and render the animation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.